Here's more wrestling news for March 24th, 2022. And your headlines for this afternoon include AEW is doing an incredible job with the Wardlow-MJF storyline, strange segment with Conti, Sammy Guevara, and Dan Lambert, Baron Corbin's backstage confrontation with WWE wrestler and how it ended revealed, Ronda Rousey's excited about Cody Rhodes' WWE return, Thunder Rosa was upset over Brock Lesnar insulting her culture, Ric Flair says Bryan Danielson isn't even close to AJ Styles' level, current WWE wrestler shows off insane 18-month physical transformation, Bray Wyatt debunks a major rumor concerning female Fiend, official Scott Hall tribute t-shirt released, WWE had a different plan for Paige Van Zandt, former WCW stars face off on Steve Harvey's court, I will bring my boots, WWE Hall of Famer teases WrestleMania 38 appearance, Randy Orton nearly passed out during WrestleMania 33 entrance, and more. We're starting off today with AEW's ongoing angle with MJF and Wardlow, which has been some of the company's best ever storytelling. For months, this story slowly built to a natural collision between the two, and this week's Dynamite was another excellent segment featuring the duo. In the ring, MJF ran down Wardlow on the microphone before the big man came down to ringside, only to be held back by security. MJF promised to keep paying Wardlow while he sits at home not being used, claiming he'll do so until fans forget about his former associate. It was an interesting line that had tones of WWE to it, as the opposing company has been known to pay wrestlers to sit at home rather than grant a requested release. All signs point to an MJF vs. Wardlow match at the next pay-per-view, but with that event still a while away, it'll be interesting to see how AEW can stretch out this feud. MJF and Wardlow proved to be a hit on last night's Dynamite, but the segment with Conti, Sammy Guevara, and Dan Lambert was cringe-inducing at best. While the segment started off okay, fans will only remember it for its end when Lambert kissed the TNT Championship, only for Guevara to say that he wouldn't be doing that if he knew what he and Conti had done while wearing the championship. This unnecessarily risque line didn't impress fans, especially as Guevara and Conti are both very talented performers who don't need these constant sexual references to win fans over. Whoever holds the TNT Championship next better give the title a good clean, not just to remove any remnants of Conti and Guevara, but to remove any association with this awkward segment. In WWE, Happy Corbin has always had solid booking, and even when he was broke and struggling to make ends meet, the former US champion was receiving consistent TV time. That's more than can be said for Razor of the Authors of Pain, who were released from WWE in September 2020, but the former Raw Tag Team Champion had his own beef with Corbin. Speaking to Renee Paquette on the sessions, Razor recalled a backstage confrontation with Corbin in which the ex-constable called Razor a young boy and told him to move a crate of beers. Razor added, "So I said, 'Baron, come here, man,' in front of the whole crowd. Everybody went quiet. I said, 'Come here. Are you seriously talking to me like this?' He goes, 'I apologize. This, that, right? I didn't mean to say it like that, but I did it. Carry the beers. Everybody does it.' Razor clarified that he had no problems doing what he was asked to do, but that he should be spoken to in a respectful manner, and with no similar reports in the years since, it appears that Corbin certainly learned his lesson. Cody Rhodes news now, as his return to WWE is practically confirmed, and it's hardly the first time that a superstar's surprise return has been known well in advance. It was in January that WWE let slip about Ronda Rousey's return at the Royal Rumble, and when Cody returns, it'll be the first time that he and the Hot Rod have worked for the same promotion. On her Facebook gaming stream, Rousey spoke about Rhodes and the likely match against Seth Rollins next weekend, saying, "Or the possibility of Seth and Cody. I'm excited about the possibility. I never got to see Cody wrestle live. He left right before I got there." Rousey's debut in 2018 came nearly 2 years after Cody had left WWE, but now the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship will get to see Cody up close at WrestleMania 38. In 2004, Brock Lesnar was engaged in a personal feud with Eddie Guerrero, one that saw the Beast Incarnate mock Eddie's heritage. Appearing on the February 12th SmackDown in a sombrero and with a mariachi band, Lesnar ridiculed Latino heat, earning himself plenty of boos in the process. This segment may have been funny to some, but for Thunder Rosa, there was nothing to smile about. Speaking to NBC Sports, the new AEW Women's World Champion recalled the segment in a discussion about her own mariachi entrance during last week's Dynamite. "I can tell you, I read about me bringing the mariachi, and I remember Brock Lesnar making fun of Eddie Guerrero with that. And that hurts because they were making fun of my culture before. And on Wednesday, I represented our culture properly, with honor and with respect, because people were, oh, mariachi, fun, like let's make fun of Mexicans." Lesnar may have found it hilarious, but it was Eddie who'd have the last laugh, dethroning the Beast at that Sunday's No Way Out, but this segment still doesn't sit well with AEW's top female performer. More from AEW as Bryan Danielson joined the company last year after incredible runs in both WWE and the independent scene. Many consider Bryan one of, if not the, best pure wrestler of his generation, but not everyone agrees with that view. Like Danielson, AJ Styles has also been considered the best in his respective field, making a name for himself in TNA and New Japan before his WWE debut in 2016. While speaking on his Woo Nation Uncensored podcast, Ric Flair was asked about comparisons between the two and gave his pick for who's the better star overall. "Bryan Danielson is no AJ Styles, not even close. Bryan Danielson is very good, but he's no AJ Styles. Come on, it's a big stretch to say Danielson is in any way better than AJ Styles." Danielson and Styles faced off in late 2018 and early 2019 for the WWE Championship, putting on excellent matches that Danielson would win, but as far as the Nature Boy is concerned, it's the phenomenal one who's the superior talent. Throughout the career of David Otunga, WWE would often reference his engagement to actress Jennifer Hudson, though that union wasn't meant to be. In 2017, the couple split, and since they were never married, Otunga was, by law, able to get the engagement ring back. Now, the former WWE Tag Team Champion is looking to sell the ring and has listed the item on the website www.idonowidont.com. The size 7 ring is valued at a whopping $45,000 and comes with a certificate of authenticity confirming it was once worn by Hudson. Otunga is planning on giving a portion of any proceeds made to a father's rights organization since the pair had a difficult custody battle over their child, but that has since been resolved. Jennifer Hudson wore the ring during some major moments within her personal career, including when she won a Grammy in 2009, but now someone else can don the rock if they have $45,000. When Powerhouse Hobbs joined AEW, the young star was already in incredible shape, but now the member of Team Taz has gotten even bigger and better. On Twitter this week, Hobbs shared 2 photos that were taken 18 months apart, and it's clear that he's packed on some serious muscles during the past year and a half. The Team Taz member is currently involved in a feud with the newly formed team of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, and while Lee is certainly an imposing specimen, Hobbs is proving himself to be the powerhouse of AEW. In July 2021, WWE made the shocking decision to release Bray Wyatt, despite his Fiend character being one of wrestling's most popular acts in recent years. Many fans have accused Alexa Bliss of stealing Bray's gimmick, though this was never Bliss's call to make. Plenty of Wyatt content has been removed from WWE 2K22, and on Twitter, Bray confirmed the reports that one storyline removed from the game would have seen Dana Brooke get possessed by the Fiend and be redubbed the Fiend. Wyatt confirmed that this was once in the game, but refuted the claim that this was also planned for TV, as the reigning 24/7 champion will continue to compete as herself with her soul intact. This month, the wrestling world sadly lost Scott Hall, and tributes to the former Razor Ramon have poured in. Hall's impact to the industry is legendary, especially due to his part in the New World Order, and it's a tragedy that his life came to an end after suffering 3 heart attacks due to a blood clot during hip surgery. To commemorate Hall's legendary career, Pro Wrestling Tees has launched an official Scott Hall tribute shirt featuring the bad guy surrounded by razor blades. A ladder in the background is no doubt a reference to his incredible WrestleMania 10 ladder match with Shawn Michaels, in which Razor unified the Intercontinental Championships. The t-shirts, priced at $24.99, are 100% pre-shrunk cotton like all PWTs unless otherwise stated. All proceeds from shirt sales will go to Hall's children, and at this dark time, the Hall family could do with the support of PWTs and the fans who are willing to pay tribute to the legendary WWE Hall of Famer. Now, there are few names more synonymous with WCW than J.J. Dillon and Kevin Sullivan, but this week, the pair faced off in a battle outside the ring. The two were recently on an episode of Steve Harvey's Court, where they argued over boat payments in front of the Family Feud host. Ultimately, Harvey ruled in Dillon's favor, meaning that Sullivan would have to pay $7,500 that he owed, but Harvey's own love of wrestling meant he ruled that the court would pay back the money instead. Now, WrestleMania 38 will be a huge two-night event for WWE, marking the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin and expected return of Cody Rhodes, but there's one more blast from the past who could be making a comeback. Speaking to The Edge in Toronto, the radio station, not the wrestler, WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus was asked about possibly heading to AT&T Stadium next weekend and didn't rule out a match at the Showcase of the Immortals. I always say I bring the boots with me everywhere I go. It's like you guys. Would you always bring your mics if you never know there might be a random interview? Got to have them handy, I'm assuming. I'll bring my boots, because you just never know. Stratus went on to say that she'd love to face Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, explaining that she'd like to get revenge for big-time Beck's victory over her friend Lita at Elimination Chamber in February. That match can't happen at WrestleMania, as Lynch already has a date with Bianca Belair, but Trish Stratus is always ready to throw down, even if it means a surprise match next weekend in Arlington, Texas. And we're ending today with Randy Orton, who will be a part of this year's WrestleMania, as he'll defend the Raw Tag Team titles with Riddle against two other teams. 5 years ago, Orton regained the WWE Championship, besting Bray Wyatt in a match that fans aren't too keen on. The obvious outcome and use of an overhead projector didn't win over fans, but according to Randy's wife Kim, just getting to the match was an ordeal, as she told the Wives of Wrestling podcast, "I was just gonna say something about Randy's entrance at that same WrestleMania. He was walking down the ramp and he got so fired up that he got lightheaded. Yeah, but he got so fired up and held his breath as he was getting fired up, and he stops and he puts his hands down and he was discombobulated. That mother almost passed out. He walks so slow as it is that it took him 5 minutes to get down there." Fortunately, Orton would make it to the ring and defeat Wyatt, and though his reign would last just 1 month before dropping the title to Jinder Mahal, the fact that he made it to the ring was a huge achievement in its own way. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.